Bitcoin has once again crashed significantly towards the downside, and on today's update video, I need to talk about where the big support is going to get found for Bitcoin, what are the most important charts we need to pay attention towards right now, what is the next big support for Bitcoin, and more importantly, what is the next move, where is the liquidity being built up, because the liquidity always indicates where Bitcoin is heading towards next. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button on today's update video if you want to be learning more about that next Bitcoin move. So if we once again smash it back above 1,000 likes, that will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content, because here right now only in the short term we can see that yes, after we yesterday recovered all the way back up to $67,000 because of the fact that Hong Kong approved the spot Bitcoin and ETFs, which is of course a very bullish thing, and it is forecasted that in the first 3 months they are going to be attracting more than $5 billion. And if we're going to be looking at the US spot ETF, so far if we're looking at the cumulative flows, it has attracted a total of $12.5 billion in net inflows. So yes, this is of course quite insane if you would ask me, and this was of course also one of the reasons why Bitcoin pushed towards the upside. But ever since the news came out here, Bitcoin actually dumped towards the downside again, and of course we created that CME gap, so far not filled it up yet. We were very close by doing so, but currently Bitcoin is just once again going down again. And I want to be pointing this out again here. Whenever Bitcoin comes down towards this orange box right here, I'm going to be opening up $1 million Bitcoin long position. So if Bitcoin were to be coming down towards this box, I'm going to be opening up a massive trade here. So if you want to be joining me with this, make sure to check out Bybit in the link description of today's video. But yes, I am planning to be opening up an enormous trade here in the upcoming days. And yes, if Bitcoin doesn't reach this level, it's going to be unfortunate. I'm going to be missing out. But of course, there is a very high likelihood that Bitcoin is actually going to be touching this level. I mean, there's of course a scenario where we're already going to be bouncing, because currently only in the short term, if I'm looking at the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that actually Bitcoin is creating a lower low on the 4-hourly time frame. And while this is happening, we're creating a higher low on that RSI on the 4-hourly time frame as well. So we are currently creating a bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame for Bitcoin. And yes, usually once Bitcoin creates bullish divergences, we tend to be bottoming out and we tend to create that reversal. But to be very clear, this bullish divergence is not confirmed yet, since we have not closed the 4-hourly candle in the green yet. But still, this is of course important to pay attention towards. Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame creating a bullish divergence, indicating a reversal is going to be imminent. And yes, if we're really going to be looking at the daily or 12-hourly time frame for Bitcoin, all we're seeing right now is a massive consolidation phase after we had that significant rally towards the upside. And I mean, what we're seeing clearly right now is that this consolidation phase is clearly bouncing between the lows and the highs, and you can see every single time we've touched the lows, we've bounced significantly towards the upside. Every time we touch the highs, we of course seen a significant rejection towards the downside, and we're creating somewhat of an M pattern, which we potentially should be worried about. And what I want to be pointing out here is that as soon as we do break below the green box of support, that is the point where I think we should start to get worried for potentially a bigger correction towards the downside. But as long as that is not happening, I don't see a reason to be necessarily panicking on Bitcoin right now here. So green box of support is critical support for Bitcoin, and as long as we're holding it, it's looking okay. But of course, as soon as we do break below it, we should start to get worried. And I mean, yeah, here on the 12-hour time frame as well, we are looking at somewhat of a consolidation pattern. And whether we're going to be looking at the consolidation pattern a little bit larger, or whether we're going to be just looking at horizontal levels, all we should be doing right now here is just waiting for that next move here. And I mean, the next move is really not happening right now. This, what we're seeing, is not the next move, because we're still in this massive consolidation phase, which we have been trading in for a very long time already. I mean, to be very clear, Bitcoin has been consolidating for over 50 days right now above $60,000, and we are still holding up above this level, which is of course extremely bullish in my opinion. And I do really believe that we're going to continue to hold up above this level, and I think that this is of course going to be a very great opportunity. And if Bitcoin really is going to come back towards 59,900, it's going to be a new opportunity to open up an even new trade here. So if you want to be claiming some free trades here on Bitcoin or Ethereum, especially especially on this big dip right now on Bitcoin, it is very beneficial. You can right now go to Bybit. It's super simple. All you need to do to claim this free $200 is go to the link description of today's video. Click this link here where you come to this page right now. And if you then press on register to claim, you can sign up an account. And if you deposit $100 in your first 7 days, you will get a free $200 trade on Bybit, which is completely for free. So yeah, if you're interested in trading and you want to claim a free trade, go to Bybit in the link description of today's video to currently claim a free $200, which is only available for the next 63 days. So if you're interested, check it out in the link description of today's video. But going further in towards the content, another reason why I do believe that eventually Bitcoin is going to be pushing up higher is the liquidity that currently is being built up. So just like you saw on the weekly, we're also on the monthly building a ton of liquidity up on the top side. And currently we can see that more than $2.98 billion worth of Bitcoin liquidity, worth of Bitcoin short positions will be getting liquidated once Bitcoin hits $71,691. So yeah, there's a lot of liquidity being built up on the top side. And whenever Bitcoin goes towards this level, we're going to see a big squeeze here. And I've always said this, Bitcoin always follows the liquidity because liquidity is what moves the market. So since liquidity is currently being built up on the top side, I do believe that Bitcoin is going to be getting attracted to go even higher. And you can see it also on the weekly chart that we're building up a ton of liquidity here on the top side, also around 71.7K. So I think it's going to be inevitable that Bitcoin is going to be pushing up higher. The funding rates are also currently negative, which means that the majority of the traders are actually trading short, which is generally speaking a very bullish signal that currently is flashing. So I am definitely very bullish on Bitcoin right now, even though we are seeing this big retracement, because I do believe that any drop that we're currently getting is a large opportunity. And I mean, whenever Bitcoin is even going to drop even more, in 4 days from now on, we're going to get the Bitcoin halving. And historically speaking, guys, the majority of the gains always come after the halving. And yeah, this is just a thing you have to understand. And that's also a reason why I'm not panicking. I think that if you're really selling your Bitcoin right now, you're probably going to be losing out on the majority of the gains. So all we're seeing right now is on the weekly time frame, one of the most perfect retests here. So you can see weekly resistance, Bitcoin breaks above it, retest weekly resistance, and eventually we're going to be bouncing up even higher, and we're going to continue towards the upside. So this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting another leg towards the upside. And whenever this is happening, we're going to be getting a massive squeeze towards the upside. And whenever the next move is going to get initiated, and whenever we break outside of this consolidation phase, we're going to see a very fast move for Bitcoin as well. So this is what you need to get ready for. Whenever we break outside of the range, we're probably going to be moving up to $100,000 in just a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. And yeah, I am definitely ready for it. I've got my positions ready. I've got my altcoin bags ready. And especially on this most recent dip, I'm loading up on even more altcoins because everything is on fire still. And I do believe that this is a good opportunity to load up on it. And if we really were to be seeing Bitcoin to go a little bit more steeper than this, so we're going to be potentially having a 20% correction, you know how I feel about it. Every 20% correction in this Bitcoin bull market is an opportunity of a lifetime. And whenever we're going to get a 20% correction, I'm going to be opening up $1 million Bitcoin long position. So this is going to be my strategy on how I'm going to be trading Bitcoin. But as the more people are actually going short right now, the more bullish I will be able to get here. Because yes, if there's more liquidity being built up on the top side, if the funding rates are even more negative, it just eventually gets me even more bullish. So this was it for me in today's update video. I truly hope you did learn something from it. If you did so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.